July, I was bumped up to number 8 in the division, and I wanted to keep moving forward. There was nobody for me to actually fight to keep moving forward. They all had fights or were injured, so they put me up with Neil Magny. Neil Magny took a fight short notice against Kevin Gastelum, so there was really nobody for me to face except for Tyron Woodley or Johnny Hendricks. And my goal is to get the title. You know, I want that title around my waist, and who doesn't, you know? So I wanted the UFC to know that I'm ready for that next step, that next level of competition, so we asked for Johnny Hendricks.
You say you want that title. Is it the success that you've had? I mean, obviously, you're a world-class martial artist, but is it the success you've had in the UFC that has made you think, or what's made you think that you're ready for that next step?
Yeah, you know, I think it's my time. I came a long way from when I first started. You know, I was actually playing catch-up. I had 5 fights before the UFC, only 5. And then my 6th fight, UFC call, wanted me to step up. And I was actually fairly nervous because I felt that I wasn't ready in my ground. I wasn't confident in that. After my 2nd fight in the UFC against Matt Brown, I learned a lot with my weight cut, learned a lot. I knew what I had to go back and work on, which is my wrestling, my takedown defense, my jiu-jitsu. And I've been working on it religiously ever since. And I think I've improved and I'm ready to move up, man. And this is the time to shine. This is the time to show the UFC and the fans that I'm ready for it.
This is your 2nd main event. Obviously, last one might have been a little bit kind of under the radar because Conor was fighting the next day. But this is kind of your time. You're on the billboards. You walk around this place. Your face is all over it. Are you feeling it that this is like it's all coming together and this is you want to take advantage of this moment?
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, when I stepped in the MGM, and like you said, you see your face everywhere. It wakes you up a little bit, you know. But you got to stay focused on your job, and that job is Johnny Hendricks, February 6th. So I don't let it get to me too much. Of course, I got good people around me, my dad, my coaches, to keep me focused on my job. And that's to step out there in the cage and put on a good show for Saturday. So I don't let all the hype and stuff get to me. You know, I think it's awesome. I think it's a bonus. And in the moment, you know, I'm there. I'm in on that. But when I go back to my room, it's all about Johnny.
Pretty exciting that you've had a chance to work with champions, Weidman, GSP. What kind of things have they told you when you guys, after practice, that they see in you that maybe gives you extra confidence?
Well, you know, actually when I met George, I was actually very new. I didn't know any MMA. I was competing kickboxing at the time. And just learning a lot through him and their work ethic, the way they present themselves and their attitude behind it, I learned a lot from it, from them, him and Chris Weidman both. And yeah, man, I mean, just the fact that I've trained with champions has given me a huge amount of confidence going into these fights. How about yourself?
Good, thank you. I'm going to switch up the dynamic a little bit here. You were talking about in the UFC Countdown, the after-school program that you do for the kids. I want to hear about that. Talk to me about that and what it means to Upstate Karate, what it means to you.
Oh, man, I think it's great. You know, I've been, you know, we've been open for 32 years, Upstate Karate in Simpsonville. I've been teaching the kids classes since I was 15 years old. We do have an after-school program. We pick up kids from school, bring them back to the facility, help them out with their homework, feed them snack, and get them ready for their classes during the day. And I think it's awesome, especially in a martial arts school, because you don't get a whole lot of character building anywhere else, you know. The martial arts, I know what it's done for me, and I want to give that back to them, you know, teaching you modesty, courtesy, integrity, self-control, perseverance, showing that indomitable spirit and respect. I think it's what our society needs, man.
And I know this is a special bond you have with your dad, Ray. Having him in your corner, having him as your coach. Talk to me a little bit about that. Give the fans a little bit, let them on the inside a little bit.
Man, you know, I love my pops. I call him Pops. Anyway, Ray Thompson is my dad, and he's my main coach. I mean, we just make it work. There's a lot of father-son duos out there who didn't make it. And you got Roy Jones Jr., Mayweather. We just make it work. I have a lot of respect for them. We know how to separate it. You know, when it's time for training, you know, it's time for training. I listen to him. Whatever he says, I do. You know, outside of that, it's father-son time, you know. And we just make it work. And I love my dad very much. I respect him. He's trained many fighters over the years. And so whenever he says something, I listen.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot, Steven. Appreciate it, man. Good luck.
Thank you.